Hi, this is Lorraine with Chat and Craft with Lorraine Tierney, and I'm here today to show you how I made this votive holder. This is a piece of vellum and a little cardstock base and a ribbon, and it has a votive inside, and I'm not sure you can see the light shining through because it's pretty bright in here right now. But when it's dark, you can see that light shining through, and it's a really quick and easy little gift or Christmas decoration. It is really quite fun to make. So let me just see if I can find myself on my page over here so that I can read the comments. Here we go. And we can get started. So you only need two things to do this. You need a piece of cardstock that is 3 inches square, and we're going to score this piece of cardstock at 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm trying to do this without getting my head in the way too much. And then we're going to take a piece of vellum, and the vellum is 4 inches by 8.5 inches, and we're going to score this at 2, 4, 6, and 8. And I'll post all of these measurements on the video when this is done. One thing you have to remember with the vellum is that you want to score it very lightly. Really not going to press too much at all. If you press too hard, it cuts right through it. So there's my line. 2, 4, 6, and 8. And that leaves you with a little 1/2 inch panel right there. Okay, and we don't need our trimmer anymore. I think we will go ahead and do the vellum part of this first, and then we'll make the base. So I'm going to emboss my design on the vellum because it takes a really long time for the ink to dry on the vellum, and I don't want to smudge it. I've had a lot of trouble with smudging ink on the vellum with a different one that I made. So I'm picking the large Christmas tree from the Winter Woods stamp set, or evergreen tree, I'm sorry. It's not really a Christmas tree. So I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp it once in all 4 of these panels. I'm going to grab a different color to put underneath. Maybe you'll be able to see the vellum a little bit better. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to start up a little bit higher because you'll see there's a ribbon around the base of it, and I don't want to hide too much of the tree. So I'm going to try to do all 4 of these quickly and have them not dry and have my Versamark still stick. Nothing like taking a chance on live video. We'll see what happens. Okay. There we go. I'm going to use the silver embossing powder again and use it with my little coffee filter trick. I find that much easier than using the trays. You can get, it catches very well, and then you can get everything back into your jar much easier. All right, so Stampin' Up! Does not make the embossing buddy anymore. So I'm trying to do this without the embossing buddy because we can't get that. So I'm just gonna, there we go, clean off a little bit. I'm gonna set that aside, and do remember to put your embossing powder away before you turn your gun on. I've done that and had the embossing powder go everywhere. Hi Mary, I'm glad you're here. Happy Thanksgiving to you and to everybody else. All right, so now I'm going to heat this. I'm sorry for the noise. I thought about doing this off camera, having a different one, but I just love the wow of watching that embossing powder melt. So I'm going to give you that opportunity too. And it will go pretty fast once it starts to melt. This is where, if I had any technology skills, I could play a little music. I can try to edit this and make it go a little bit faster, but look at that melt. Isn't it just amazing to watch it melt? Sometimes you have to let the paper cool off just a little bit. These should go faster now. My gun is nice and hot. I might have a little extra embossing powder. We'll call it snow or stars in the sky. I love that shine, that silver shine. Here we go. Seems like it took my gun a little while to warm up tonight. Almost done. Hi Jan, I think it's amazing too. It's just so cool to watch. I love the way that just melts. Okay. So there we go. I'm sorry for all that noise. I'm going to set that aside for a minute and let it dry. And I'm going to come back to our card base. So I'm going to fold all of the sides on this piece. There we go. And now we're going to do just a little bit of snipping. And I'm just going to snip the line from the edge to the 1/2 inch here and here. And then the same thing at the top here and here. Just 2 little snips. 1, 2. One and 2. Okay, and we're going to put a little piece of tear and tape on each of these flaps. I'm going to trim that one. Okay. They are quite little, so it's kind of tricky to rip a piece that small. I think I'll use my scissors. Kind of silly with the name tear and tape, but it's a little bit easier to get it small. Okay. So I have tear and tape on those 4 flaps, and I'm going to take the tape off, and we're just going to fold them in so that we make a box. So I'll do 1, Try to rub that on there really well. I did get the suggestion of using my bone folder, but I didn't remember to bring that over here with me, so I'll just use my nail. Here we go. And one more for this little base. And now I'm going to put some more tear and tape on it. And this time I'm going to go on the outside here. And I'm going pretty much all the way around. I don't usually go over the corners just like that, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to put another little piece right there. Okay. So I'm going to start by just taking off a little bit of the tear and tape. I'm sorry, I keep pulling that up because it's hard to see what I'm doing. Okay, so there's that one, and then I'll take this one off. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to start putting it on with this little 1/2-inch piece. And I'm just going to gently fold on these score lines, and I'm not folding too firmly just yet. I don't want to crack the vellum or crack the embossing. Okay, and we're going to add a piece of tear and tape to this length over here on that little 1/2-inch piece. Okay. But I'm not going to take that tape off just yet. That tape comes off last. So now I'm going to line up this little fold on one of the corners of my box, and I'm going to line the vellum up with the bottom edge of the box. And I almost had the box upside down. So do make sure you have the box this way, because your votive holder is gonna, or your votive is gonna sit in that box. Okay. And so now I'm going to bring this over and line it up. And don't worry about that vellum, the tear and tape showing through the vellum, because we're going to put our ribbon over that. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next piece. Whoops, let's see. I did bring my take your pick tool to help me lift this up. There we go. Put that one on. And now I'm going to take this piece off. Easier said than done. Okay. And I'm going to close that up. Just like that. And there is our votive holder. And now I'm going to grab some ribbon. And I'm going to take about 16 inches of the ribbon. And I'm going to use a glue dot. So this is the back here where the seam is of the vellum. And I'm going to put a glue dot back there so that it will hold my ribbon in place while I try to wrap it around. And you could even put a glue dot on two other sides. You don't want to put it on the front because you're going to tie it on the front and the glue dot might show. Let's see, where am I? Oh, where's my back? Okay, there's the back. 1, 2. Okay, so this one. All right. So I'm going to put my ribbon on so that it's even with the bottom and so that it's covering that tear and tape that you can see through your vellum. Whoops. And then I'm just going to tie a little knot here. And then I'll trim my edges. There we go. Do that one. And then that one. Okay, and you can see that that is on all the way around. There's the back. I'm going to turn off one of my lights and we'll see if you can see a little bit with the candle in there. So you can see it gives off a little bit of light. This is one that flickers a little bit, but they're really a pretty little votive holder. I'm not getting that on camera too well. Let's see if I can get a better picture of it. I'm sorry, I'm out of the frame. There we go. But it really is cute and it comes out quite nicely and it's pretty quick and easy to do. And I hope that you enjoyed watching that. If you like this video and you'd like to share it, that would be great. You can always like my page at Chat and Craft Lorraine Tierney, and if you have any Stampin' Up! Needs, I'd be happy to help you out. You can email me or message me or use my Shop Now button. Thanks very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow and enjoy your family, even if it's from a distance this year. Take care. Bye-bye.